Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. I'm Cindy Whitmer, the Midlife Makeover Coach, and I teach women how to love themselves unapologetically and build unwavering confidence so they can live fully on their terms. So, do you feel like you have to handle everything in your life alone? Do you feel like that you're in charge of everything, or that when you have a problem, that you have to handle it by yourself, or that, that your feelings are your own to deal with, or whatever it is? And I've talked to a lot of women in midlife, and a huge percentage of them are very, very lonely, living very, very lonely lives, really feeling kind of stuck out there, trying to navigate midlife without a whole lot of support. I've been surprised even to hear how many times I've heard that it's hard for women in life to make friends, and that they just feel really super alone. And I think, it's important to understand that you don't have to go it alone. So today I wanted to share a story that I'm calling the plain story to get us thinking even more about this. So here it is. Everything was fine until it wasn't. Imagine boarding a plane wearing your flip-flops after a trip to the Bahamas. Although you had an amazing time, part of you is excited to go home and get back to life as normal. One minute the pilot said he wasn't feeling well, and the next he was slumped over the controls of the single-engine plane, sending it into a nosedive. Not what you were expecting? So what do you do? What does anyone do in an unplanned event like this? This was the exact scenario Darren Harrison and one other passenger experienced in the Cessna 208. According to NBC News, despite having no flying experience, Harrison climbed over 3 rows of seats into the cockpit, moved the pilot out of his seat, and scrambled to put on a pair of headphones and make contact with air traffic control, all as the plane was heading down. His audio from a call he made to air traffic control at Fort Pierce Tower said it all. Quote, "I've got a serious situation here. My pilot has gone incoherent, and I have no idea how to fly the airplane." End quote. Harrison did not ignore the situation at hand. Although the other passenger may have been paralyzed with fear, Harrison took imperfect action and asked for help. At first, Harrison didn't know where the aircraft even was. But with aid from air traffic controllers, he found his bearings. His coach on the ground gave clear instructions. The NBC News report noted, quote, "The flight instructor, Robert Bobby Morgan, told Harrison, 'You look great. You're a little fast. What I want you to do is grab the throttle. Just pull that back a little bit because we need you to be slowed down,' end quote." The story was picked up by media from around the world. CNN reported, "He was really calm," Morgan said. He said, "I don't know how to fly. I don't know how to stop this thing if I do get on the runway." CNN shared more dialogue between Harrison and his new coach, Morgan. "Try to hold the wings level and see if you can start descending for me. Push forward on the controls and descend at a very slow rate," the air traffic controller could be heard telling the fledgling pilot in live ATC audio. Morgan made the key decision to guide the aircraft to the area's biggest airport, helping the passenger-turned-pilot position his aircraft 8 miles out from Palm Beach International, just so he could have a really big target to aim for. Together, they got the Cessna to touch down on the runway. Footage obtained by CNN affiliate WPBF showed Harrison's successful first attempt at landing, a feat that takes about 20 hours to learn with typical flight instruction. The landing rated 10 out of 10 in Morgan's view. I felt like I was going to cry then because I had so much adrenaline built up, Morgan said. I was really happy that it worked out and that nobody got hurt. Other pilots were stunned as another air traffic controller relayed across the airways what had just unfolded. Other audio captured by liveatc.net indicates, quote, "You just witnessed a couple of passengers land that plane. The tower operator can be heard telling an American Airlines pilot waiting to take off for Charlotte, North Carolina, 'Did you say the passengers landed the plane?' The American Airlines pilot asked. 'Oh my God, great job,' he said." You probably know from experience that life often interrupts well-made plans. Harrison had no plans to become a pilot. He was quite comfortable just being a passenger. The truth is, we are all pilots. We all have the responsibility to land our planes safely. But make no mistake, no one needs to fly solo. Just like Harrison discovered, a confident coach is an invaluable asset. So, oh my gosh, first of all, can you imagine finding yourself in that situation where your little plane is going down and the pilot is out? But what I love so many things about this story, and I want you to think about your life right now, okay? I want you to think about your life and what this means for your life right now, because perhaps in your midlife, you've been thrown into unsuspected circumstances. Maybe you've been laid off from a job or fired. Maybe your spouse has left you or your partner has left you. Maybe someone you loved and dearly has died. Maybe you've been given a health diagnosis that's thrown you off kilter. Who knows? Or maybe you're just struggling day in and day out with whatever, depression, anxiety, a sense of who am I now and what's my next chapter going to look like? You know, whatever's going on for you in your midlife, you know, you didn't know it was coming, right? You probably feel caught off guard. Well, just like the guy on the plane, if we just sit there and we just sit and write it out, the result is not going to be good. So we have to take action like he did. He took action. He didn't sit there and go, oh, da, 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 gosh, I wonder what's going to happen now. He went, oh my gosh, what can I do? He took as much responsibility as he possibly could for his life and got into action. So what is it that you need to be doing to make your life better, healthier, happier, and more what you really, really want it to look like and feel like every single day? So think about that. And then what did he do? When he wasn't sure what to do, he asked for help. He reached out and said, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what to do. I cannot do this alone. You know, we women, especially in America, I think have been groomed to think that we have to go it alone, that we have to be self-sufficient, that we have to be independent, that we have to be all things to all people. And it can be difficult for some of us to let ourselves be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this myself. Like, I can't get this done. I actually need help. That is one of the bravest things you can say in your lives. I need help. Go ask for help for what you need, please. Okay? And then remember also that in the story, we're told that this gentleman who'd never flown a plane before, did not know what he was doing, and it was in a nosedive, actually remained quite calm. He actually remained quite calm. And so I want you to think about how can you be calmer about things that are unsettling to you, even as you're taking steps to navigate them and get beyond them or work through them or solve them or whatever words you would use. So trusting, having faith in yourself, having trust in what is stirring and evolving in your life, and then taking inspired action to move yourself forward, right? And then what else? So we learned too that because he listened to someone who knew more than he did about what he was going through, and he trusted in someone else and followed their instructions, there was a safe landing and no one was harmed. No one was harmed with a totally inexperienced non-pilot landing a plane. I mean, this is such an exciting success story, and we can learn so much from it. And so remember that, you know, there are people out there, whatever it is that you need right now, there's somebody out there that you can trust, that knows what you need to do, knows the steps you need to take, knows ways that you can create the life that you really want. And guess what? I am one of those people. This is what I do, ladies. This is why I am here. I am on a mission to help you turn your crisis, or whatever you would call the struggle you're experiencing in your midlife, into the best years of your life so far. And I know the number one thing it's going to take is for you to build your confidence. So this is why I have created a whole program around building confidence that I am kicking off later this month. And I would love for you to be a part of it if you are holding back in your life in some way, or you are just stuck and you don't know what to do with yourself. So the first step is all free, no risk, no nothing, just 30 minutes of your time. So I want you to go to timewithcindy.com, and I want you to book a call with me. Get on the phone with me. I'm going to give you a free midlife strategy session. And what that's going to look like is you're going to fill out a confidence profile. This is a measuring tool I have created to really get a picture of where you're at in your life with your self-worth and your confidence and so forth, how you're living your life. And I want you to fill that out to prepare for our call. And then I will get the results before the call. I will look it over. I will do some measuring, and I will be able to note where there are gaps in your confidence and so forth. And then I can come to that call prepared to talk you through that, and then tell you the truth about what I think your next best steps are going to be to get from where you are to really where you want to be. Okay. So this is all for you. I've created it for you, and I am eager to do this. So do yourself a favor. The risk is zero, except giving up maybe a half hour of your time, and we'll get to talk about it. My time is my most valuable thing I can give you, because I am like the coach in that plane story. I know how to land your plane. I guarantee it. I guarantee I know how to land your plane. But you've got to join me and let me give you some instruction, and let me guide you and support you to get the job done well. And then your life will never be the same, I promise. So give that some thought and get me on your calendar, and I will look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, find out more about my coaching programs, or download my free ebook, The Midlife Makeover Method, The Secret to Loving Yourself Fully and Living on Your Terms, then head over to my website at www.cindydwhitmer.com, and have a wonderful day.